Hi friends. This is the Aquarius Mercury Retrograde reading for February and March of 2020. So mainly we're going to look at the lessons that Aquarius natives will face during this powerful retrograde. Part of it will be in your native sign of Aquarius, which will impact you most definitely and bring home some lessons. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, you probably have a pretty good idea of what needs to be changed in your life. But for some reason, you haven't tackled it. No judgment at all. So I can pretty much tell you before we even shuffle the cards that that's probably going to be the lessons. So I must tell you also that this is a general reading for Aquarius natives, and obviously it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. This may not resonate with you, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate, just pass it on by, and I hope you find what you're looking for. Also, if you want to know more about the astrology connected to Mercury retrograde, you can watch this video, link up here and link below, to get an overview of what the planetary movement means. What does it mean to go in retrograde? How often it's going to happen and why we actually experience it. So let's shuffle the Fairy Oracle deck and see what card we have, which will be your main lesson for this retrograde. Vacation. And this is not a surprise. You know you need to take some downtime, and a vacation probably sounds like heaven, doesn't it? And I know that you probably took some time off recently, maybe this month, maybe last month for the holidays, but did you really rest? Did you? Aquarius has been having kind of a difficult time with someone close to them that's kind of been pulling their chain, been kind of aggravating them, telling them stories, and just basically being undependable. And it's someone in your family circle. And this has just been an aggravation that's been going on for probably about 18 months, and it just seems to get worse. And there's nothing you can really do to calm this person down or get them, situated where they're not constantly running to you to put out fires or asking you for money or favors like that. So it's just been too much. And you've been feeling kind of stuck on what to do with this situation. Most of the other signs would have already cut this person out, but Aquarius has such a big heart that they give people, 45th and 46th chances, not second and third chances. They give them a lot of chances. And this person is taking advantage of you, and it's taking its toll. You're getting to that point where you really have nothing left to give. You're running on empty, and now it's time that you really start looking at your own health, your finances, your situation, because like I say, you've pretty much given everything you could possibly give. And there's really nothing other than cutting them out of your life that you could possibly do. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that kind of person. But guess what? That's what's coming up. We're seeing a big buildup in the astrology of friction, and it's a life lesson. It's also probably going to explode during Mercury retrograde. So that's just kind of a heads up. And that's not in the card reading. That's just from the general astrology. The card just says basically, hey, you need a vacation. But if you didn't take a vacation during the holidays, you definitely are going to need one by February. And if at all possible, schedule some time for yourself. You can take a trip, go lay on the beach if that's your thing, or even just a couple of days to hibernate at home. You're going to need a break from the schedule because everything's going to be busy. Things do normally slow down a little bit during Mercury retrograde, but they're slower, but we do have those communication problems of, lost text messages, electronics not working, those kind of things. And I don't know about you, but I started having them in January. I had text messages that people sent me at the beginning of January, Happy New Year and stuff, that didn't pop on my phone until late January, almost February. So yeah, it's probably already happening to you too. So if you can at all, schedule some downtime to just take a breather. Okay, let's see the second card. Normally I've been drawing 3 cards and qualifier, or what is your best course of action, I guess, against these lessons or with these lessons. But with this particular shuffle, 3 fell out, plus the one I'd already drawn. So that's what we're going to go with. You're going to get an extra card. Okay. And the next card is Miracle Healing. Well, that's pretty awesome. So basically the meaning of this card is if the situation hasn't changed yet, It's about to. Your prayers have been answered, Spirit is listening, and things are about to resolve themselves. This card coming up for a Mercury retrograde is really positive, but it's also about maybe letting go and believing that it's possible, believing that things can work out, believing that you can heal the situation, believing that maybe your pain level will decrease or that an ailment that you're having will get better and it won't necessarily get worse. We get involved sometimes in catastrophic thinking to where it's like it's bad now and it's going to be bad forever. And that's not always the truth. Aquarius has a tendency to overthink things. Most people think Aquarius people are just kind of quirky and just lots of fun to be around and outgoing and, just woohoo, right? Well, and that is true for the most part. But the other part that most people don't see with Aquarius natives is that they're very deep. They do ponder things. They do think about things a lot. And they look for solutions that are definitely out of the box and not logical. With this particular alignment, we're going to have the Neptune Pisces kind of energy going on. So it's going to be clouding our thinking and it's going to put everybody in a fog. So really watch out for that. And believe that the situation will get better. Believe that you can feel better. Believe that what's happening now is not what's going to be going on the rest of your life, okay? And also believe that a deep personal healing is possible for you. So let's see, the next card is, you need to visualize it. This is a really interesting card. I'm doing a special this month on finding your soulmate. It's a coaching call. And in it, one of the first questions I ask the people in the coaching call is, can you imagine yourself with someone? Can you imagine yourself happy with someone doing couple kind of things? For a lot of people, they can't even imagine it. And see, here's the problem with attracting what you want. If you can't visualize it in your own mind, how can it come forward? How can you attract it? And a lot of times we can't visualize something because maybe we don't believe we're worth it, or we don't believe it's possible for someone like us, or good things don't happen to people like us, or those kinds of negative thoughts that don't really seem that negative until you say them out loud, and then it's like, ooh, that's pretty bad, So if you catch yourself thinking things like that maybe you don't deserve to be happy, or you don't deserve to find love, or you don't deserve to be wealthy, just cancel, erase them. Say that, cancel, erase, and change them to a positive. I do deserve love. I do deserve happiness, yeah? Because guess what? You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be pain-free. You deserve to be respected and admired by your partner. All of these things are something that we all deserve. Every single one of us, Aquarius. Don't settle for less. Take some time and really visualize your life. What would you like to be doing at this time next year? Where would you like to be? What would you like to be wearing or eating or driving? All of it. See a wondrous life, and you have permission to dream big. You have permission to see yourself in that car you've always wanted, living in that house you've always wanted, in that dream location, because you're entitled to it as much as anyone else, okay? So really take some time to decide what would make you happy during Mercury retrograde, and don't fall in the trap of thinking that because things aren't great right now that it's going to continue to be like this or even go downhill, because it's not. 2020 is going to be a really magical year. It's going to take some work. Yes, it's going to take some intentional movement of us hitting those marks of working hard and doing the right action to move us forward. Yes, but you can do that. You can do that quite easily. So things will not be like they are now this time next year, okay? Because it is within your reach. And the last card from the fairy deck is the magic of nature. And this is a card that reminds us that we need to spend time in nature. And I know depending on where you are in the world, that may not be possible. But there's some other things you can do if the weather is frightful outside. You can tend a garden inside. You can plant some plants. You can grow some seedlings. You can spend some time meditating and imagining that you're in a garden. There's that visualizing again, yeah. But if at all possible, go for a hike, go sit outside, even for 10 minutes, and really feel the magic of nature. Allow it to connect with you and allow it to calm you and heal you. You've been antsy and anxious since 2018, honestly, or maybe before. 2019 was not particularly a very good year, and You are worried that 2020 is going to be a continuation of it. Well, guess what? It's not. We're starting new. We're starting fresh. This Mercury retrograde is going to bring home the lessons, though, of what needs to change. And if you've been busy working on issues, then it's probably going to be pretty easy. If you've been kind of hiding or running from them, they're likely to come up and hit you in the face. Yeah, not real good, I know. But that's okay because you know what they are. So take this moment now before Mercury retrograde and sit down, pen and paper, write down the things in your life that aren't working, big and small. Okay, write them down. And it could be, you need better shoes. It could be you need a better roommate. It could be you're just not loving your job, whatever it is, or that you need a job. Write it out. And then decide what action you're going to take to bring these things forward or to clear house or whatever you need to do. And as long as you have a plan going into Mercury, you should be fine. I always tell folks not to make any big decisions during a Mercury retrograde because they usually don't ever pan out. If you started something prior to Mercury, it's a great time to finish it, to move on. But like I say, don't start a new project. So let's draw the last card, which will be from the Ascended Master deck, and it is it's Isis, who's been turning up a lot lately, hasn't she? All roads lead to Egypt lately. So this is balanced career and home life. And honestly, this is something that you've been struggling with for a while now. Aquarius has a tendency to overcommit to things and get out of balance relatively easy because you do want to do so much. You're very adventurous. You like what you like and you like to go out and have fun and you like to be around people and you like to fight for the causes that are near and dear to you. And because of that, you have a tendency to volunteer way too much and overextend yourself. You have a tendency to give so much of yourself that you fall out of balance. Isis is also considered to be the goddess of magic. This is something that you're going to be able to use during Mercury retrograde. Balance. If you are in balance, this should be a much easier cycle. And if you're not, get to work on that. Get to work on balancing home and career. Get to work on understanding what about your career in your home life needs to be fixed or tweaked. And it's not a big deal. We all get out of balance from time to time. So just spend some time working on that. Don't worry. This is going to be an interesting retrograde, like I say, because people are going to be pretty much in a daze and foggy. So it's going to be up to you to remember that they are and not take things personal, not get annoyed with them for not following through, for being flighty or forgetting things, okay? So as long as you can stay focused and you have a plan, you should make it through this time. I hope that answered a little bit of what's going to be going on for you in this particular Mercury retrograde. And obviously this is a general blanket reading. If you would like your own reading, I have a special going on this month, plus I have that, find your soulmate thing going too. You can reach me at Serenity, and I'll put the link here and below. And once again, guys, thanks for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.